Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Born on this date in 1818, Alabama's 17th governor, John Gill Shorter of Monticello, Georgia. Now, he led Alabama during 2 years of the Civil War. And in 1945, actor and singer Francois Clemens of Birmingham. He played Officer Clemens on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's National Administrative Professionals Day, historically known as National Secretary's Day. Let's talk about Alabama's likely next execution, possibly more Choose Act money, Trump's Tuscaloosa speech, and a really old Selma hotel. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama.
Tax day's always a pain. Next year could be a nightmare. If Congress fails to extend Trump's tax cuts, middle-class families will get hit with a huge tax increase. That means less money for groceries, less money to pay your mortgage, less money for school supplies, and less money for family vacations. A $1,500 tax increase? That's enough to give families the cold sweats. Avoid the nightmare. Save Trump's tax cuts. Learn more at protectprosperity.com. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Support for capital punishment came from an unusual place this week, from the man who's scheduled to die on Thursday. The Associated Press reports that James Osgood dropped his appeals last summer. He explained during a recent interview that he did so because he's guilty. Quote, "I'm a firm believer in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I took a life, so mine was forfeited. I don't believe in sitting here and wasting everybody's time and everybody's money," end quote. He also said he doesn't want death penalty opponents to protest on his behalf. Osgood is on death row for the 2010 sexual assault and killing of Chilton County woman Tracy Lynn Brown. During his interview, he expressed regret over her killing, her family's suffering, and his own family's suffering. He's scheduled to die by lethal injection on Thursday. A state house committee on Tuesday approved pumping more money into the Choose Act, reports AL.com's Rebecca Griesbach. An amended budget proposal now includes new measures for funding the state's school choice law. It was originally funded with $100 million, but in its first year, there were more than 36,000 applicants for a program that's budgeted for around 14,000. So the proposed increase in next year's budget would add $80 million to that. Also proposed is a $375 million program that would fund schools based on student needs rather than a simple head count. But don't expect a raise for teachers this time around, according to State Representative Danny Garrett, a trustful Republican. Teacher pay has been addressed in recent years, and Alabama now has among the highest starting teacher salaries in the Southeast at $47,600 for those with a bachelor's degree. President Trump said earlier this week that he has agreed to speak at the University of Alabama's commencement this spring. The university released an announcement yesterday that the president would give an address at a special event May 1st, the night before graduation ceremonies begin, reports AL.com's Heather Gann. The speech will be given at Coleman Coliseum. A spokesman with the University of Alabama Board of Trustees said the event would be ticketed and open to all this spring's graduates. And a 188-year-old hotel in Selma will reopen next month after temporarily closing in March for new management and staff, reports AL.com's Amber Sutton. Now, its original 1837 opening as the Brantley Hotel makes it the oldest hotel in the Southeast. But note that it hasn't been opened continuously. Now called the St. James Hotel, it was closed for over 100 years before being restored and reopened in 1997. Then it was closed again from 2015 to 2021. It was used as a headquarters for the Union Army after the 1865 Battle of Selma. Also, reportedly, Jesse and Frank James stayed there during the 1880s. Now, I'm not fully persuaded that that's an airtight story, Maybe we'll spend some time one day digging up more information on that one. See, there's another St. James Hotel in New Mexico that he was reported to frequent. And the whole James name connection makes me wonder whether a search engine may have led a historian or a marketer astray at some point. We'll find out. Thanks for listening to us. Tomorrow on the show, we hope to have Adam Schwartz from It's a Southern Thing stop by to talk about sketch comedy and going viral and all that good stuff that they've done over there. Some of y'all might know him as Kevin from one of the characters he does. We'll be back here in the morning. Until then, anytime you want to, come on by and see what we're working on the internet at al.com.